Hey everybody, Max Ada, head coach at Team Juggernaut. Going to take you guys back a few years now to 2013, a competition I did, the Backyard Meet of the Century 2 with, it was at Mark Bell's gym, SuperTraining in Sacramento. This is some footage of me and Dan Green, just some uncut stuff that I had posted quite a while ago. And this is kind of like right in the middle of my heyday of powerlifting, so we'll go ahead and take a look at it and kind of walk you guys through what was going on, what was going through my mind, and some other stuff. So start it off here. This is me warming up. There's you can see a bunch of big names. There's Gracie running the mono. Warming up, you know, I never liked mono lifts. I always walked everything out. The mono lifts just felt so like unstable, picking the bar up out of the rack like that. It just would swing and whatnot, and it just never felt comfortable. So, you know, by the time I was in good shape for meet, by the time I was ready for it, I wouldn't do a lot of warm-ups. You know, day of the meet, I'd feel good. I was ready. And would go. There's a low bar squat. That was about as low as the bar would get. I was probably tipped over a little bit more here than I would have been later. I didn't quite refine everything, but you can see there the hips are set back, bend at the knee comes forward, stays over my toe, and I drive up. More so with wraps on even, you have to be aware to push your knee into the wrap and keep pressure forward because the wrap wants to extend your leg and it's going to do a lot to push your knee back. So you got to kind of fight that and resist it. There's a old friend of mine, Big Mike, wrapping my knees. He used to train at our gym. At this time, there was something going on with my hip, and I actually know now what was going on. I had some hip shift that I had no idea what it was. And Mike had thought, like, you know, you're setting up crooked on the bar, I'll help you line up. And so he would stand behind me and set me up. I know now it was actually a hip issue that I should have addressed. This is my opener, probably 290-ish maybe. I think I took things a little bit lighter here. Might have been 300. This, gonna say it looks like 320, maybe 325 there. That's a 55-pound bar, kilos. So, you know, set up, big key on setting up for me was making sure my hips were in the right position when I started. I sank that one a little bit low. I kind of fell back a tiny bit. Could have done a better job opening my groin a little bit and dropping straight down. But I always wanted to make sure my depth was really good. I never wanted to feel like my lifts were, you know, a struggle or my lifts were like a sort of borderline. What actually happened on that lift was really weird. I tore some of the fibers of my shoulder when I had wrenched myself under the bar. I had gotten as tight as I possibly could, and in the process of doing that on the way up, I had torn, I don't know what happened, if my elbow came up, but I tore some of the fibers of my shoulder, and doing something that was completely worthless here, putting a voodoo band around my shoulder and screwing around, tried to make it feel better. There I was, just completely dejected by the fact that I was a power lifter. I don't think I made my third squat. I'm going to say it was probably something like 340 kilos. I was chasing 749 at the time. Here we go. Masterful, perfect technique, you'll see. But where that perfect technique takes you versus being very strong. My bench press, I never, there's probably Jesse making fun of me. We're just really bullshitting because my bench was so bad. There was really no need to do a lot. I tried to do everything I could to possibly cheat it. So I would, you know, I was flexible in the back, so I get as big an arch as I possibly could because my arms are about 65 feet long. And here it is. Touch my chest, struggle with 300 pounds, lock it out. You know, benching was never like, I never benched as a weightlifter. And looking back on it, I wish I had done a lot more general training for weightlifting, especially for my upper body, my shoulders, my upper back, my triceps. You know, it came from a totally different school of thought back then, which was don't do these things for strength. It's not necessary. You just have to be fast. You just have to snatch and clean and jerk. And, you know, it showed later. It was 157 kilos. And I'm not sure if I made it or not. Oh, I did. That was pretty good. I probably arched more in order to get that one. 162 kilos. Guessing I didn't quite make that. Very, very close, but couldn't lock it out. You know, later, what I did in order to sort of fix that, benching, or what I found helped a lot, and similar to squatting, instead of doing low bar squats all the time, instead of benching with an arch all the time, and instead of pulling sumo all the time, what I would do is, you know, train to become stronger. So I would do high bar squats in training in the off season and further out from a meet. And then in the bench, I would bench with a flat back. And those things made a huge difference for me. And my bench actually got a lot more strong. I never actually competed much more after those few meets. Here's me pulling sumo. So much more comfortable pulling sumo. Looks like my feet are probably a little bit close there for where they really should have been. One thing that you can see there that I don't actually like about the way I pulled that is, and you can see on these, is my hips are kind of set back. I kind of stick my butt back a little bit, and my back's almost a little bit too arched. I would prefer to have my knees opened more and my hips a little bit closer to the bar, because the further away your hip gets from the bar, the harder that's going to be. So pulled an opener, probably 295 there. Jumped to, this looks like 312, I'm guessing, 307 or 312. Slow, but I know I'd make it if it comes off the ground. That was a good job there in terms of something I try to teach people, is to kind of relax their upper body. You want to let your upper body be, your arm be as long as possible, because it's going to give you the best chance to lock out the lift. But you know, there I am, just enormously fat and being a power lifter. So hope you guys enjoyed it. A little insight into some of the stuff I did as an athlete back in the day. So if you enjoy the content, follow us or subscribe on YouTube.
With the new Juggernaut online coaching programs, we've had a lot of questions about which program is right for you. So here's a quick synopsis of our 3 different levels of coaching. First, club programming. Club programming is great if you're just looking to add some more structure, some expert design to your strength training for powerlifting or weightlifting, but probably not the best decision if you're looking to compete in one of the other sports, or if you have a specific competition date in mind, as just more general, continuous programming. Team programming is our favorite option. Team programming gives you programming tailored to your size, strength, gender, experience, and goals, control over the timing of the training relative to your competition, and access to our team of coaches for video review. One-on-one programming is going to be your best bet if you need very personalized attention based on a unique competition schedule, injury history, or if you're just looking to make sure that everything is built as specifically as possible to you. So we have 3 different levels of programming, and one of them is definitely going to be a great fit for you to help you improve in powerlifting or weightlifting.